Hello, hello. It's Sandy Hennam, and we are in the power of you, aligning all different kinds of people and products and perceptions. And this month, we're really looking at limiting beliefs, and we're up to number 7. And there's quite a few of them, actually. And so it's really important that we think about personally what our limiting beliefs are and what limiting beliefs do we have. Now, as humans, we're going to have maybe a variety of different limiting beliefs that we might have in common as human beings. But then there's some that we just have personally. And this could be we believe something that somebody told us, we heard something. It's a very personal thing that we have, our limiting beliefs. And so yesterday we looked at how criticizing ourselves for not making enough progress or for lack of progress really sometimes makes us just feel like we just want to give up altogether. And today we're going to look at comparison. I have a friend who says comparison is the thief of joy. And today we're going to discover how comparing ourselves to other people can really make us feel the same way. And of course, I'm going to give you some tools and strategies to kind of rewrite that limiting belief into more of an empowering one. So we know that it's incredibly easy to compare ourselves to other people. We look at the success somebody has. We compare them to our own level of success. It might be accomplishments. You judge yourself by what other people are feeling. And if somebody feels like they're accomplishing more than us, we might feel like a failure. And so we feel like sometimes we should be accomplishing at least as much, right? And so what it does is it makes you feel terrible about yourself. And the other thing that it does is it doesn't let you celebrate the other person's success. It's really important that we learn to support ourselves, and so that we can learn to support other people too. And if you feel like you don't have a lot to offer the world, then you can feel like other people's success might minimize yours. And it's just not true. So when you compare yourself to others, you allow their achievements to determine how much joy you experience, rather than knowing inside that you are enough, that you're more than enough, you're doing what you need to be doing. You don't know the circumstances of other people's lives. They don't know the circumstances of your life. And so the limiting belief that we're going to talk about today is I compare myself to others. And an empowering belief could be more of the achievements of others don't determine my value. I'm valuable simply because of who I am. And I refuse to compare myself to others. Like I said, when we compare ourselves to others, sometimes we're not letting their joy. We want to celebrate our successes, and we want to celebrate other people's. And when we hold that limiting belief of comparison, it's hard for us to celebrate other people's joy. The other thing we want to say is that I'm more than my accomplishments. So in order for us to rewrite this limiting belief in our mind, it's really essential. It's so important that you understand that the achievements of others just they don't matter to you. It's not that they're not important. They're very important, and we want to celebrate those. But they certainly don't determine your worth or your value. You're valuable simply because of who you are. Just because you're here. You're inherently valuable and you're inherently worthy. So your successes should be celebrated, not compared to the success of others. And other people's successes should be celebrated. So it really doesn't matter how much somebody else succeeds. What matters is what you achieve. So I want you to think about your new belief is, I'm worthy and I refuse to compare myself to others. Now, in our performance-driven culture, it's really easy to believe that we're nothing more than just our accomplishments. But nothing could be further from the truth. Our value lies in just who we are as people. Do you know that the chances of you being born at this time in wherever you live, to the parents that you are, with your unique gifts and passions, do you know what the odds of that are? 400 trillion to 1. 400 trillion. You guys have stuff to do. I have stuff to do. And we can't compare ourselves to other people because there's nobody like us. So if we spend our time worrying and comparing what we do and who we are to other people, we're not fulfilling our passion and our purpose. We for sure have a very unique purpose. If the odds of another person like being born are 400 trillion to 1, I obviously think that there's something very special and very unique about each one of us, right? So it's really important to be productive and to seek accomplishments, to seek out your goals. But if we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people, we're not going to be happy. Theodore Roosevelt said that our joy will be stolen if we're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. So here are the action steps for tonight that I want you to do. I want you to regularly remind yourself that your value is not tied to your accomplishments. I want you to affirm yourself daily that you're enough and that you're worthy. And I want you to absolutely refuse to compare yourself to other people. 400 trillion to 1. So our affirmation for tonight is, I refuse to believe that my value is tied to my achievements. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm valuable simply because of who I am. I'm going to celebrate my success, and I'm going to celebrate other people's success. I am enough. So in the next lesson, we're going to discover why you want to take responsibility for your own circumstances. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. But I want you all to know that you are enough, that you are worthy, and I want you to have a wonderful night.